Hey guys, Blade Check 101 coming at you with another knife review. Today we're going to look at a really cool knife, the Cold Steel Kobun. There's a couple videos out on this knife already, but I figured I'd give my 2 cents as to how I like it. So this is the knife and the sheath. Let's talk about the sheath first. The sheath is Cold Steel's Securex plastic. It's almost like a Kydex. It's a thermal mold plastic. That is really nice. I like it. How it's set up is, this is supposed to be kind of a boot knife, and while I don't wear it as a boot knife, it just seems a little bit big for me, and you need a really long boot to fit this in, and then by that time, you really have to get your pants up really high in order to get that access that knife properly. So I don't wear it as a boot knife. How I do wear it, though, is inside the waistband. Basically, when I'm not carrying my firearm, I will carry this wherever it's legal. And so this is kind of a nice, replacement, if you will, for a firearm. Just being able to actually, carry something. So the sheath, like I said, it slips basically right into your waistband, and this really cool little pocket clip here, or not pocket clip, but belt clip rather, just hooks over your belt. It's really easy to get on, and then it actually hooks right in there. You can see, so it won't come sliding out when you pull the knife out. It's really nice. It is removable. And then you also have all these that you can set it up with a tech lock. You can just lace paracord through, something like that. It's got the shape of the Tonto in there, the blade. So the sheath is really cool. Moving on to the good stuff. Here's the knife itself. The blade length is 5.5 inches long, so check with your local knife laws and things. See if you can actually even carry that. The style is Tonto. It's a Tonto design. The Cold Steel Tonto is, very abrupt secondary point here. It's definitely an effective tactical design. But I have seen lately state laws that actually prohibit the use of specifically Tontos as, the type of knife to carry. I've actually seen, Bowie knives, Tontos, daggers kind of put into that category. And that's kind of surprising and disappointing too. Because even in folding knives, apparently they are illegal. Because it optimizes the piercing strength of that weapon, of that tool, rather. The blade is AUS 8A. Excuse me. The grind on it, we have a partial hollow grind. It's really nice. The blade, I'm going to call that just over 1/8 of an inch. It'd be kind of hard to say. Not quite 3/16 either. But it's really, it's a beautiful design. It's got really nice grind lines in there and everything, but it is hollow ground. And then you have the tip. That's a really, really strong, tip there. Very nice. The handle is Kraton, basically a rubber type material. You have a lanyard hole in here. I'm thinking about putting a lanyard in here. I'm not sure yet. I've seen some really just badass looking lanyards where they come out, and they've got like skull beads on them or whatever. I don't know that I would do anything like that, but it'd be kind of nice to have. You have this diamond texturing like Cold Steel does on a lot of their rubber, or Kraton rather, handles, and then you have a little bit of texturing up here too, so if you want to hold the knife in a reverse grip, you can absolutely do that, and it's kind of flattened down and spaced out a little bit there, so you can actually do that, and it's very comfortable. The one hit that everyone, and I will continue, that they give this knife is that with all the new materials that Cold Steel has available, Grivery, um, not that it's new, but Zytel, all those, and even just aluminum, how much they've been using aluminum lately. I'd be willing to spend, the extra little bit for a proper guard. Not that this is a great guard to begin with. It is very small. So, the only thing it really protects against is your hand sliding up on the blade in a thrust. That's really the only thing it protects against. However, to be perfectly honest, even the slightest bit more protection would be greatly appreciated. You can see I can just push that up on both sides, and it's not practical. If a knife were to ever hit that, it would slice straight through and onto your hand. So for that reason, I'm going to give that a hit. But the overall design is absolutely gorgeous. Now, like I said, the name is Kobun. You can see it right there. Made in Taiwan, but it is made of Japanese AUS 8A. Cold Steel just has the made in Taiwan with Japanese steel. Let me turn that off there so I can actually get in here. The name Kobun means underworld soldier, basically making reference to the Japanese Yakuza, or essentially the Japanese mafia, the Japanese underworld, as it's put. They carry tantos as a weapon and actually as a sacrificial item. When they displease their boss, they remove a finger. Usually the pinky is first. They usually carry a cutting block and a knife similar to what this would be. And if they dishonor their boss, they cut off a finger. So it's kind of gruesome. But they also use them in murders and things like that. So, kind of a creepy name to give a knife. But, it would be a good soldier's knife anyway. But for someone in a paramilitary type situation, i.e. SWAT, or something like that, or even just a soldier looking for a small fixed blade, this is a fantastic option. I just recommended this to one of my friends, actually, he's not in the military or anything, but he wants a medium-sized fixed blade that he can put in his backpack or his bug-out bag, basically. And I figured, this would be a great one for him. At give or take, this is usually you find this for around $30 to $35. That's really not bad at all for the knife that you're getting. In fact, it's incredible for the knife that you're getting. I also want to talk about this handle real quick before I run out of time. It's really, really thin, and it has just a couple. It has the swell right here, and then it has a swell down at the bottom. You can see that. And it's got a nice shape to it, though, and then it tapers back down up here. I've got small to medium-sized hands, and although, I don't know, I've never been a fan of real thick items, real wide items. Even my firearm, the Ruger LC9, is a relatively thin firearm. It's a thin gun, plain and simple. And I've always enjoyed more streamlined knives as well. So for me, this fits perfectly. I can wrap my entire hand around it, and the craton just melts, onto your hand, and it's a really nice feeling. One modification that I don't understand, but people are doing to it, is they're cutting off the back portion of the guard so that they can put their finger or their thumb up here. I don't really see the purpose of that. I mean, I suppose I can hold it like this just fine if I want to, and then beyond that, I would just use a thumb reinforced grip, and my thumb goes over the guard anyway. in something like that if I really want to do powerful cuts. I don't need to remove, any of that. So, do whatever you want. It's your blade. Like I said, if you're interested in this knife, definitely just check out your local knife laws and all that. And if nothing else, it's just a cool knife to just throw in your bug out bag or something like that, But it's a very cool knife, very functionable. I've seen not X-rays, but people who cut their cold steel knives handles right down the middle and show you the tang. And this one runs all the way down to about here, where my nail is there. So it's actually quite, useful. It's not a, cheap, half tang design or anything like that. It's quite strong. The whole thing is very stiff. It's an excellent, excellent knife. I'd highly recommend it to anybody, who needs one. Or just wants one. Hell, we all do that, right? Alright, well, thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys have any questions about this or any other knives for that matter, if I have it or if I know about it, I will definitely answer them. So, thank you guys very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.